Hello and welcome. If you've ever found yourself saying, "Why doesn't my child listen unless I get strict?" then this conversation is for you. Many parents today feel caught in a difficult space. When they are calm and understanding, children seem to push limits. But the moment they become firm, raise their voice, enforce strict rules, things fall back into place, at least on the surface. So it's easy to start believing that control is the only thing that works. But here's what's important to understand: control may give you immediate compliance, but it often comes at the cost of long term connection and trust. Authoritarian control usually doesn't come from a desire to dominate, it comes from fear. Fear that if we loosen our grip, children will make mistakes. Fear that without strictness they will become irresponsible. And sometimes fear that we will lose our place as parents. For many of us, this style of parenting feels familiar. We were raised in environments where obedience was expected, not explained, where questioning was seen as disrespect, not curiosity. And without consciously choosing it, we begin to repeat the same patterns. The challenge is that authoritarian control relies on power, not relationship. It asks the child to follow instructions without understanding. It shuts down dialogue instead of encouraging it. And over time, it teaches the child to comply externally while disconnecting internally. In the early years, this may look like success. The child listens, rules are followed, the household feels structured. But gradually, something begins to shift. Children start holding back their thoughts. They avoid sharing what they really feel. They learn to stay out of trouble rather than understand their actions. And often, they behave well only when they are being watched. As they grow older, this gap becomes more visible. Either they begin to resist strongly or they withdraw quietly. In both the cases, the relationship weakens. Now, avoiding authoritarian control does not mean becoming permissive. Children do need boundaries, they need clarity, they need adults who are steady and dependable. But the effectiveness of those boundaries depends on how they are held. When authority is rooted in fear, it demands submission. But when authority is rooted in relationship, it invites cooperation. This is a critical distinction. When you take the time to explain your reasoning, you are not just giving instructions, you are developing your child's ability to think. When you listen to their disagreement, even if you don't change your decision, you are teaching them respect and self expression. And when you allow space for negotiation with clear limits, you are helping them build responsibility and judgment. This becomes especially important as children move into adolescence. At that stage, your role is no longer to control every action. Your role is to prepare them to function without you, to be able to make decisions, to handle consequences, to stand by their values even when no one is watching. Authoritarian control delays this readiness and it keeps the child dependent on external authority instead of developing internal discipline. And this is where many parents feel stuck because letting go of control can feel uncomfortable. It can feel like things will fall apart. But what you're actually letting go of is the illusion that you can manage your child from the outside. What truly works is staying connected while remaining clear. You set boundaries, but you explain them. You hold consequences, but they are meant to teach, and not to punish. You stay firm, but you remain emotionally available. This balance is what builds self regulation. Children raised this way do not behave well because they are afraid, they behave with awareness because they understand. So, the next time you feel the urge to control in order to get immediate results, I suggest pause. Ask yourself, am I trying to force behavior in this moment? Or am I trying to shape the kind of person my child is becoming? Because parenting is not about raising children who simply follow instructions. It is about raising individuals who can think, choose wisely, and act with responsibility, even in your absence. And that kind of strength cannot be controlled into existence, it has to be developed. Thank you for being here and listening.